Be the first to know in NPP TV.
Lawyer Paul Admochiri. Say here, Japka tatar. Na de wakan zemina. Richard Japka him say national security odimutinti man na eno ene wakọ ransake the house of Mr. Addison. That's the Bank of Ghana governor, former one. The targets the entire Okyere call as a searcher. I don't know how now targeting the CCTV camera or shall say I destroyed it because or say evidence. Truly, or evidence will be here. First point, as almost CCTV camera no. Oh, na no a capture what show near Morian. Debut was say near man. No, you was had the list of those targeted for the raid. I think for Gabi Okyere Lawyer Paul Admochiri on one casamu program all year na all churches him a devil and then were coming in any Japka messages our send your man any plan or fan who say Obeba Friday and Joe by Saturday on your fan of Cordiana is and one a devil and ne better was NDC the National Democratic Congress a true trust them akakabensem Japka yinidi yonko ninguti nsem emra
Addison here, his home had been raided by national security, and it was led by Richard Japka, who was worried about CCTV cameras, because when he went to Kenoforiata's house, it was a CCTV cameras that exposed him holding a pistol and cocking a gun to go in there. It beats my imagination, viewers. This is not NDC or NPP. It beats my imagination. We are running a state. Here is Captain Japka, young officer, who was taught by the Ghana Armed Forces that he is not fit to remain in the Ghana Armed Forces. This happened when John Dramani Mahama was commander-in-chief. President Mahama was the president of the day. And the armed forces, led by Brigadier General Ahiaglo, may he rest in peace, penciled a document that this Richard Japka is not fit to remain in the Ghana Armed Forces. John Mahama was president. It wasn't as if it was a political witch hunt. It wasn't NPP. It was NDC. Richard Japka has already told reporters that he's a member of the NDC. There's no problem with that. So it was during the NDC, the party that he has publicly said he's a member of, it was during then that the military, the Ghana Armed Forces, the professional state institution decided that he cannot be a member of the armed forces. He goes away. Then comes in President Mahama on the second coming with a landslide victory and decides that the person that the armed forces said he's not fit and proper to be should become a national security director responsible for special operations. What are you going to get? These are the conversations that we should be having. This is not NPP or NDC. This has nothing to do with NPP or NDC. This is the military, assuming the police, deciding that this person is not fit to be a police officer. And then the regime comes and the president says, the person you said is not fit to be a police officer, he's the one that I want him to do special operations in the police. But that's the decision of the president. He has the power to do so. But it's a decision that should unnerve a lot of security and intelligence thinkers. That what is going on here? I have not heard anybody talk about it. I have not heard Adam Bona talk about it. I have not heard Kusini talk about it. I have not heard any of the security civil societies talk about it. This is a very important matter. If you read the document about why the military said Japka should not be there, you would understand my concern. But power is power. So let's leave it. Richard Japka leads an onslaught on Dr. Addison's home. And he goes to Dr. Addison's home and he first destroys Dr. Addison's property. He destroys it by going in to take out security cameras so that they don't see what he is doing. Now, if you are sent by national security and you have a warrant of arrest, why are you destroying CCTV cameras? So that's the intelligent question that Afenyo Markin was asking in the press conference we just showed you. Why are you destroying evidence? Because you know that what you are doing there is unlawful. And I heard the Deputy Attorney General say something. I won't talk about him today. I'll leave it. That a lawyer can say that a raid on the former governor's house, including the destruction of CCTV cameras, was lawful. That's what a lawyer said. a lawyer, barrister at law, solicitor of the Supreme Court of Ghana, a lecturer in law. This is what he said. He said that Japka went to the house and destroyed CCTV cameras, and that was lawful. That's what the Attorney General said. That's what he said. The Deputy Attorney General, he said this was lawful. I'll come to Shamima Muslim in a minute, but let's move on. So that has happened. They didn't find anything in Dr. Addison's house. After they left Dr. Addison's house, where is the National Security Coordinator? Do you have that yet? Yes. After they left Dr. Addison's house, this noble man, very, very noble man, he called Dr. Addison and said, Chief, I've heard so and so and so, blah, 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 blah. The cars that were taken have been parked here. If you can send somebody to go for it, and blah, 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 blah. Very, very decent man. Very, very, very decent man. What is happening with... So do we always have to rely on decent people? Can't we rely on the laws of Ghana? Do we always have to hope that there's some decent man in there? This is the guy that Dampare didn't want. This is the guy, very decent man. He's the guy that Dampare didn't want. He didn't promote him. He left him. But for his intervention last night, it would have been bizarre. And he was bold enough to call Dr. Addison and say, my name is so and so. I'm the National Security Coordinator. I have been apprised of this situation. Do this, do that, do that, do that, and let's work together. He's not cancelling any investigation on Dr. Addison. Dr. Addison doesn't want any investigation to be cancelled. He has nothing to hide. He can answer every question. Haven't we had Dr. Addison was at the Bank of Ghana when Agama was the governor. He was there. Dr. Addison was there when Kobna Dufo was the governor. He was there. Dr. Addison was there when Paul Akwa became the governor. He was there. The source of Togbe Afede's fight over inflation was a fight with Dr. Addison. I was the referee in the middle, so I remember it. From Golden Tulip to Good Evening Ghana, that was Togbe Afede's fight with Dr. Addison. Addison has been at this Bank of Ghana forever and ever. And then he was director of research for a long time. And then he became governor under Akufo-Addo. He had gone abroad to serve on other places still connected to the Bank of Ghana. That is the kind of person you are talking about. He is not an NPP person coming to NPP rally. And his brother is Philip Addison, who is a die-in-the-wool NPP lawyer. That's Philip, his brother. He is just Dr. Addison. He's doing his work at the Bank of Ghana. If we didn't have a reasonable man like this at the National Security yesterday, what would have happened? So National Security come to your house and they come in. Japka says, where is the CCTV? Where is it? Let me destroy. That's Ghana's National Security. Who foisted this on us? Who foisted this on us? Look at this. Look at, they've destroyed the property of Dr. Addison, and they think that the courts will keep quiet, that the high courts will not have a say on this matter. The high courts will definitely have a say on this matter. Look at it. Look at what they've done. If you go to somebody's house to go and search him and collect stolen wealth, why are you destroying? In fact, you should keep the CCTV camera there so that when you see the stolen wealth, you can show it to the camera that look at the wealth that we have stolen. Look at what he has stolen from here. We are giving it back to Ghana. He's a thief. But because you know that what you are going to do is illegal, is immoral, and it's a personal vendetta, nothing to do with law, you go and destroy CCTV cameras. The National Security Coordinator has promised Dr. Addison a few things. And we know that it's going to happen because he's a very reasonable man. It is about Ghana. Yes, if Dr. Addison has stolen money, by all means go and collect it. The other day they said Cecilia Dapaah has stolen money. In fact, Cecilia Dapaah was the only verifiable, so quote and unquote thief that they could find. They assumed all the rest. Cecilia Dapaah, there was no assumption. They said there was $1 million in her house. She herself wrote to police and said there's $1 million in my house that has been taken. NDC have been in power since January. Cecilia Dapaah is there. She's been going to court prosecuting her matter. Why are they not going to collect the $1 million that they said was for the government? The Cecilia Dapaah $1 million, they said it's for government, and she has stolen it. Since NDC came to power, Richard Japka, Cecilia Dapaah is there. Go and collect the $1 million. Let's see whether it's for government. Go and collect it. You said Cecilia Dapaah has stolen $1 million. You ran campaign on that, and you won the election. Cecilia Dapaah is in Accra here. 2 days ago, she was in the High Court. She was walking around. She was wearing a pink dress. Everybody saw her. Everybody, she's walking there. She sat in a car, went home. You said $1 million of Cecilia Dapaah's money is stolen money. You are in power. Go to Cecilia Dapaah's house and collect the $1 million. Let us see. Or bring Cecilia Dapaah before court. Let her answer for the $1 million. Let us see. That is the politics that we run. And that's the politics that destroys everyone. It will destroy NPP, it will destroy NDC, eventually it will destroy Ghana. Anyway, boss, thank you. Thank you for your very reasonable interventions. You're a true policeman. President Mahama, this your Richard Japka, he will create problem, oh boss. He will create problem. I know that you like him, but he's going to create problem. You, if you like, go and ask Jifa Gomashi what Brigadier Anglo told her about Richard Japka. It's your tourism minister. Please ask her what her husband told her about Japka. Please, President Mahama, ask her. Mubarak Muntaka, how are you? People were telling you that I've been fighting you. No, I'm not fighting you. I was just concerned about the fugitive that came in. I'm not fighting you. Mubarak Muntaka, I'm not fighting. You know that your man is my friend, pa, so there's no problem. But we have to do the right thing, you see. Now, this is the Richard Japka story, and I'm not surprised about the things that Afenyo Makin said had happened. And it justifies why the CCTV cameras would have been tampered with and destroyed. Listen to Alexander Afenyo Makin, the minority leader. Have a listen.
In fact, at the end of their raid, they could not find anything. Unfortunately for the governor, some 10,000 cedis on his bed could not be found. So some of these hungry party foot soldiers that they use, who parade themselves as national security operatives, are after all perhaps not even being paid, and they use this opportunity to steal. The governor's wife's earrings and necklaces were also not traced. They couldn't be found. In other words, those operatives stole these earrings and necklaces.
1 minute to the top of the hour, 10 o'clock. So we are beginning to get a sense of why the CCTV infrastructure was destroyed. Is that also part of the national security? I don't know whether what Afenyo Makin is saying is true or not, but I believe him. I believe him. He's a minority leader, and he went to the house and he met with Dr. Addison. And this is what they do. Now, what are we hearing? We are hearing that there's a long list of persons. Do you have the photograph? Let me come to Shamima Muslim. Let me come to Shamima Muslim. Yes. Let me come to Shamima Muslim. Shamima, you are my sister. How are you? Lovely Shamima. Shamima, I beg you, every morning when you wake up, remember the often quoted statement of Lord Acton, one of the famous jurists of the British parliamentary democracy. Lord Acton said, power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Your body language on TV3 this morning was not good at all. The pomposity in your body language, I beg you, my sister. You see, when you are in opposition, you can show arrogance and show pomposity, nobody cares. But when you are in government, occupying a sensitive position like the government spokesperson, you are representing the image of the president and the government. Your body language is so important. You can learn from Asedun Ketia. His body language is always good. Your body language this morning on TV3, it wasn't good at all. Pomposity, arrogance, and hey, Shamima, why? 3 months into government, 3 months. You